Howdy, and welcome back to Disco Elysium with Wickedstorm Gaming. There's a purple thing. Shadows on the water, green plants under the calm surface. Cool. Are you a poet, Olson? What happened?
You're back.
I am back.
Good. What can I help you with?
First, I'm gonna turn up my headphones. Tell me about the wild pines.
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
Okay, what do they do?
Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there? Blinking?
No.
Those are the shipping side of things.
There's airships too? What is the tech level of this world?
And that is the terminal.
I'm assuming they're
Another
blimps.
subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
She enjoys talking about the company.
Oh, does
It
she
will
now?
not hurt to inquire more.
I'm not at liberty
Get
to
on her
discuss
good
the
side.
company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
What is a billion? But sometimes I forget this dude just completely forgot existence. Like, this isn't normal amnesia. This is advanced amnesia.
It's a number,
Really?
officer.
Shit.
A big one.
Really?
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
We've had the sloop to gas to grass.
A
Or
conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
where did they get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Easterlers 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
All for apricots.
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system
15th
break.
Indo tribe? What the
Every
hell?
hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Really?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear these trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus? I will slay
Good
it.
luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
So no octopus.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
Yeah, yes. What is the rule
I
of
believe the
position?
official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
Not well.
They're not.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Behemoth, you say?
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation now. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Well, I think the first 2 things didn't seem that bad. What's the last one that's so damn aggressive? Guys at the gate.
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Huh.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
Really?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Every worker, a member of the board.
It's gonna make voting very slow. Well, it seems like they have no idea about business. Yeah, I don't have any.
Fortunately, they explained it.
Okay.
Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That would take so fucking long.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
So they want to be like, first off, getting all those signatures. Just having that many people sign a piece of paper is gonna take forever. Just gotta stand in line waiting to fucking sign something. Or I guess they could just vote on it and have a representative sign it. That'd work a lot faster. That'd be a lot quicker. But they're not even all the employees. They're just one of 22. So not even the fucking majority. Okay. The workers can't be kings. The king is king. King is dead. Long as the workers... So what are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I assume it's been the talk of the town. It's not a very big fucking little area we're in.
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
I doubt Call Me was part of his name.
This checks out.
If you say so. The scabs at the
The
gate?
scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
That's definitely not a no.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
It can't be that bad.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There are 2 of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly
That's not
like
good.
his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
Mob.
A mob.
Yep.
The Debarders are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
Yeah. You can't give in to bullies. You give them an inch, they take a
Your
mile.
opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debarders Union is...
Giant leech stuck the life out of basically a socialist mob. I don't know about socialist. Giant leech. Like, from the, what we've seen, and the fact that I got killed twice talking to them, they're a leech.
Indeed. And a
I was...
one.
The one time I did
Sadly,
shoot
Dark
myself,
Pines
I'll admit.
have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Yeah. Only thing you said something happened
I'm
in the
glad you
elections?
asked.
Oh.
There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The
Murder.
Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a Union matter.
I mean, murder is murder.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
I've noticed.
Thank you for your concern.
I fucking
We'll be
noticed.
just fine.
Started my new year off getting shot. It was great.
Of course. How else can I help?
I think she's been on her boat the whole time. I don't know if
Quite
she's
a few
seen...
things,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
afraid.
that's not good.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57.
I don't have my badge.
And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Yeah, I said the amnesia, and I think I sold my clothes.
I see. So,
I definitely
are you
sold my
saying
gun.
You lost your badge during the course of this episode.
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. The world, the city, nothing. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Just, yeah. Don't mention the
I
drinking.
suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
It would, yeah.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
I forgot that, like, the reason we turned the lights onto his car was so I could see the white things on my coats, which I'm not wearing, but whatever.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Okay.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Why did that go off the screen for that when I first put it on there? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
Insinuate.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
I have a gun. No, wait, I don't. No, yes, I do. I have a rifle. It doesn't work.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Of course.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
I mean, I assume so. That's what you trade for.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
What fucking resources? I don't even have a badge.
Or you
Or,
can recover your badge. Though, if I may be blunt with you, It sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Yeah.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Wow, you work hard.
I do.
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
A hard horse working. Yeah.
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged.
I don't know if it's quite that high.
That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Ah, fucking right till I die,
That's
bitch.
just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas.
I have gills? Kim, I might be a fishman.
It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake 'em for shit and then pawn it off. Law officer style.
I don't know if I should take this one.
Sure, sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy?
I don't know. I've existed for
Have
2
you
days.
not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you
I
not
did.
about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth?
I did that too.
But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
No.
That's right.
I'm poor.
You work
I got
harder
13 bucks,
than
dude.
anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave. And
Make
you're
more than that
still
shovel and snow as a kid.
A hobo. Why is that?
I am HoboCop. We've been over this. I'm Superstar HoboCop. Because of that Garrett guy riding my ass, system's broken, there's a market for corrupt cops out there, but the immigrant cops have price dumped it. Fucking taxes, man. I don't know. Why am I
Because of
poor?
the taxes.
I should have
He
known
has
it's the government's
his
fault.
Jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
The fart's more surprising to me than the sneeze.
Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for. That makes them ask for more money from you. Here. Total tax duties add up to...
Why the fuck am I paying the government alimony? Isn't that child support?
98% of all your money.
Bullshit. Oh, fuck away, I guess I'm fun to listen to. Are you sure it seems like a pretty big number?
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed.
What the
Can't
fuck?
you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
It's took a turn. I thought I was pawning off evidence, and now we got bleeding nipples. Kind of paid, but how is it? Only a little.
It's
Only a
all
little.
about the tax issue, hustler.
Only a
No
little bit.
other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates. And don't you fucking forget it.
I mean, I won't. Anyway, Kim, apparently I'm a anti-tax now.
Detective.
To be fair, I mean, they're clearly not spending it on the fucking roads around here.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, you know, not volunteer us to be her henchmen. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Shit.
He doesn't let it show. But there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
Yeah, what?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly.
Alright.
But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
I like that plan. We're gonna go with that plan. I mean, first I'm going to, like, we're just gonna fuck off away from this conversation. Just in the middle of the conversation. Steal some of this. And I'm going back to the car, which is around somewhere. And while I'm looking for the car, like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want, share it if you can, and do what you want. Share the Patreon if you want to support the channel, and I'll see you next time. Have fun. The cars are gonna be down here somewhere. How fucking far did I walk? Sheesh.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved.
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
The hell did I crack? We'll figure out next time.